tonight, there's more to know about the man who might enter history tomorrow as the first prosecutor to ever bring charges against a former president. Growing up in Harlem, I was repeatedly stopped and frisked by the NYPD, including 3 times at gunpoint. I've seen loved ones arrested and have opened our home to support a close family member post-incarceration. Alvin Bragg wrote that during his successful campaign for Manhattan District Attorney in 2020. Manhattan has never had a district attorney like Alvin Bragg. Manhattan has never had a district attorney who'd been repeatedly stopped and frisked by the New York Police Department 3 times at gunpoint. Alvin Bragg's predecessor was the son of President Jimmy Carter's Secretary of State, Cyrus Vance. And District Attorney Vance's predecessor, Robert Morgenthau, was the son of President Franklin Roosevelt's Secretary of the Treasury. District Attorney Morgenthau held the office for 34 years in Manhattan. There have been only 37 Manhattan district attorneys in the 222-year history of that office, and most of them have been New York aristocrats. Then came Alvin Bragg. Alvin Bragg grew up in Harlem, on a block known as Strivers Row, a neighborhood that was home to black professionals like Alvin Bragg's parents, Sadie and Alvin Bragg Sr., who grew up in the small town of Petersburg, Virginia, where they met in the 8th grade. Sadie was valedictorian in her high school graduating class. She went to Virginia State University, while Alvin Sr. went to Syracuse University. They married in Alvin's senior year of college and deliberately decided to move to Harlem and decided to stay there when they easily could have moved to the suburbs because they wanted Alvin Bragg Jr. to grow up in that nurturing Harlem community of Strivers Row. Alvin Bragg Sr. worked at the Urban League while his wife, Sadie, became a dean at Manhattan Community College. Alvin Bragg was a good student who went on to Harvard College, where he became president of the Harvard Black Students Association. During his graduation week in 1995, Harvard's daily newspaper, the Harvard Crimson, published a profile of Alvin Bragg titled "The Anointed One." In her profile of Alvin Bragg, Anna Wilde said that he is, quote, "a smooth and convincing talker," and, quote, "there is a definite sense of the anointed about him." She saw Alvin Bragg as someone who could have, quote, "a role on the larger stage of local and national politics." That profile, written 28 years ago by a college student, is correct so far. Alvin Bragg has assumed a role in local politics, and because of the Trump investigation, national politics, and possibly as early as tomorrow, Alvin Bragg could assume a role in American history. After that profile appeared in his college newspaper, Alvin Bragg, having graduated from Harvard College cum laude, went on to Harvard Law School, where he was an editor of the Harvard Civil Rights, Civil Liberties Law Review. Alvin Bragg still lives in Harlem. He and his wife have been married 22 years and have 2 children. Life, as they have known it, will change utterly, if Alvin Bragg brings criminal charges against Donald Trump. Alvin Bragg and his family will be attacked and savaged by Donald Trump on a daily, possibly hourly basis, more viciously than we have ever seen Donald Trump lash out at anyone. Donald Trump will lie about Alvin Bragg. And Alvin Bragg knows this. But there has never been a Manhattan district attorney better able to face the volley of Trump attacks than Alvin Bragg.